Okay, let's talk about what automation is. Automation is just a way for things to be done without you doing it yourself. Okay, and that's one way to explain it. Another way is if something happens, go do this. Okay, if this happens, go do this. When this comes in, go put it here. If this intake gets filled out, go send this message or do whatever. So that's what automation is. And the most popular and most effective tool for this is a tool called. So I became a lawyer about 8 years ago, and I basically, out of desperation, had to teach myself how to generate clients for my law firm, how to run a law firm, how to grow my law firm. And in my first 3-4 years, I was pretty much in the trenches of the day-to-day of the running on a law firm, from signing up the clients to following up to doing the intakes, like the documents, doing the filings, answering all the emails, doing the marketing, collecting reviews, doing all the booking and everything in between. So I got a good grasp of like how to do everything. Then the next stage was I had to figure out how to build a team around me. That's actually when I met Hamid, and Hamid essentially mentored me and helped me kind of create the systems, not just teams, but all the backend systems to be able to constantly replace myself with specialized people that are very good at certain things that could run very specific parts of your law firm. And I was able to quickly set up those systems and be able to delegate that out to a lot of virtual assistants to be able to do that over and over. And fast forward, now we're about 8 years in, I actually have 7 active law firms. And at the same time, as a passion project, 3 years ago, I started a program called Legal Funnel that helps lawyers get more clients and also create all the systems and automations to be able to automate their law firm. And the vision is to create an automated, virtual, and scalable law firm that runs with or without you. We do over 120,000 automations per month. And just recently, I did a little quick calculation that if every automation saves you just 1 minute, which usually probably saves you 5 minutes or more, based on this calculation, basically this little automation, based on a very conservative, saves you 1 minute, makes me $80,000 per month just with this one particular tool. That's how valuable these automation things are. This is probably our most common use of this automation. The if is basically the trigger. When this happens, so for us, for this particular example, which is again the most common use of this tool, is if a lead comes in on Facebook, I want you to first split full name into first name and last name. So all of these things you can also like play around with the text or do different things. So that's what one of the first things we do. Next is, as soon as the lead comes in, I want you to use Gmail to send an email notification to our team. Hey, a lead came in. It's a way to kind of give notice. Next, I want you to add it to our Google Sheets to be able to keep track of the leads. So we can keep track of whether this lead is being called, how many times they're being called, if you send a retainer, if you sign them up, if the client get dropped, etc. We use Google Sheets for this particular law firm. Also, we used Twilio to send a text to notify, again, whoever's in charge right away. The reason why we want to set this up is right away we want to give notice to our intaker. Hey, the lead just came in. Go text them, go call them right now. And then there's also other animations, which is we could also set it up with our phone services like Ring Central, Allaware, a bunch of different phone services that automatically could send automated texts or automated calls to the potential client as soon as the lead comes in. That way, we all know the importance of calling up the lead right away. Well, this is the way to do it. Right away, as soon as the lead comes in, text the lead right away. And then we use the text to basically find out when is a good time for us to get on the phone. And then we use the same phone service to call up the client. This right there, again, when the lead comes in, we give a notification to our team and also add it to our CRM and also start automatically texting them. And there's one that's also missing is that we also automatically email our leads right away. And that's also set up right here. We basically use Active Campaign for that. That means we have 3 touch points as soon as the lead comes in. We text the lead, we email the lead, and also we call the lead automatically as soon as the lead comes in. And again, that dramatically increases your conversion rates. You'll be able to sign up a lot more clients by having this automation that automatically does this for you instead of you relying the lead came in and whoever gets to it, whenever they get to it. Not a really good, sustainable way to be able to run your law firm. Richard asked, how do you get so many 5-star reviews? Good question, Richard. So let me first show it. So Malay Law, if you don't believe it, feel free to Google me. Just put Malay Law, my last name. And you'll have to see, I basically have 3,327 Google reviews. And if you check on this in 2 weeks, it'll be a lot more than that. And 6 months, it'll be a lot more than that. It's going to grow. ever since then. This leads me to a story. It's an interesting story. About 4 years ago, when I wasn't collecting reviews, I got a 1-star Google review out of nowhere. And at the time, I only had like 3 Google reviews. So that really tanked my score. It was really debilitating. And I'm like, damn, this sucks. And I tried Googling different ways to be able to remove this review somehow. The thing was, I didn't even know who it was. It wasn't one of my leads or clients or potential clients or anybody. I basically realized there was no way for me to remove this review. And I realized at that point, I'm like, a good defense is a good offense. So that kind of motivated me to actually go collect reviews. But let me just quickly recap. Again, use one of these tools, either Atex or Mixmax, to be able to save your time by being able to not type the same thing over and over. Learn what Zapier is capable of and have automation experts like somebody from either LegalSoft or from our team to be able to set this up for you. And use Loom to be able to delegate quickly to virtual assistants without you needing to meet them on Zoom.